everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this Toyota Land Cruiser and we're going to do the taillight tint installation for this vehicle. So this is how the lens looks before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that may hit the lens. Link for the product will be provided below, but with that being said, let's start with the installation video. These are the tools you need for the installation. So before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the taillight lens. So we're going to need two different solutions in order to prep and do the installation. Our first solution is slip solution, which contains baby shampoo mixed with distilled water. And our second solution contains distilled water with isopropyl alcohol. So with this one, we do recommend having this open. That way you have access to the inside of the taillight to clean it off and do the installation. So first we're going to grab our slip solution and just spray it onto the lens. And we're going to grab our clean microfiber towel and just make sure to start removing any contaminants that the taillight may have. And you can also clean the surrounding area just in case if the tint does touch the paint, it doesn't catch any contaminants. And for the second cleaning, we're going to use our tack solution. For our tack solution, just make sure you spray it onto a clean side of the microfiber towel. And what this does, it just helps remove any hard contaminants like any oils, grease, or any wax that the lens may have. And then once we're done prepping, we can start with the installation. Okay, so since we are working on the taillight section where it's located for the driver's section, you will notice that it has a D and a D here. So this, starting from here and going down, all these will go for the taillight. And then this section here will be for the headlight driver's side. So for the first piece that we're going to install for the installation for the taillight, it's going to be this small piece here, the one closest to the bottom, and that one will be for this piece right here. So when you have piece number one, which goes here, we're going to do the dry installation method. So we're not using any solution when it comes to doing the installation. So because we're not using any solutions, we need to make sure we need to be careful not to leave any air bubbles. So with this one, to start with the install, you need to make sure this bottom slanted section here of the tint aligns with this section here. So have it like this, and it should look like this. Make sure you have material to cover the bottom section of the clear part here. So make sure it covers up to this bump right here. So once you have it aligned here, you just carefully lift it, use your finger, and just help it tack down until it reaches to this end. Remember to remove all of the bubbles underneath the film. So work the face here first, and then we'll slowly work around the edges here. We don't want to create any creases on the fingers here, so we just need to be careful doing this part here. So once we have the middle tacked down, we're going to apply a little bit of heat. You can use a heat gun or a hair dryer to help soften the film. That way we're able to tack it down to the curve. So you just grab your heat gun or hair dryer, use the lowest setting, pull the film just a little bit, not too much. That way we're able to apply heat. So just apply a little bit of heat. Once we loosen the film, we're just going to slowly, with our finger, go side to side and help it tack down. That way it looks flat like this. And there's no fingers or any creases on this area right here. So you would do the same on this section here. Lift the film carefully. You could also grab your squeegee to help it lift. Just apply heat using the low setting. Just a little bit, not too much. Let the film cool down, and then just slowly with your finger, help it tack down. Go side to side. And if you see that you do have any fingers, just lift it carefully. That way we're able to readjust the finger and make it flatten out. So focus on the top, side to side, and it should be flat. And just help apply heat, that way it stays flat and the top and bottom sections start to seal. You can also just grab your squeegee just to help it tack down in case it is lifting. But other than that, it should be good. And make sure to remove any bubbles, if any. So for example, this one here, let's say you already finished tacking it down, and if you see that bubble, just carefully lift it from one edge peel it slowly and just peel it up to where the bubble's located. And then from there, just tack it down slowly once more. So it's always important to make sure before you seal everything to remove all of the bubbles. That way you don't have to do this extra step again. And now the same steps that we did for this one, we will repeat it for piece number 2 right here. Okay, so now we're moving on to piece number 3 that covers this middle section here, which would be this one right here. So grab your piece number 3, peel it carefully, and with this one we need to make sure to align it like this. So the more curved area belongs to this side here, the more flatter straight section belongs to this side here. And with this one we do recommend starting the installation with no solution. So basically how we did it with these two, just a dry installation, that way it's more easier and faster to tack down. You just need to be careful not to leave any bubbles. So that will be the main thing when installing this big piece on this section here. So for the install, start from this area here. So start from here, and you're slowly going to start tacking it down. So once you have it aligned here, lift the film, tack down the middle. Make sure to keep the middle aligned to this section here. So make sure to keep it aligned and it's covering the middle red section. Just like this. And then for the bottom here, same process. It has to be both the same. Okay. So now that we have this piece secured, make sure this section here goes on top, and we should be good here. So we'll leave this here for now and we'll focus on this area here. So just lift it carefully and just help it tack down around the curve. Make sure to go slow if you're having trouble tacking it down on this area here because of the curved design. Make sure this stays tacked down too. If you're having trouble tacking it down, you're going to need to apply a little bit of heat. That will help loosen up the film. Let the film cool down just a little bit. Make sure you're not pulling it, and then just help it tack down slowly around the curve. And same on this section here. We need to make sure this area stays flattened. So this part here will be the most tedious part when it comes to the installation because of the type of curved design that this section has. So applying heat and letting it tack down slowly would be good for this process here. And make sure, like I mentioned, you don't leave any bubbles. You can use your squeegee to help it tack down as well. And then just slowly work your way to this section here. So lift it, use your finger, slowly, that way you don't crease it. And all I'm doing is using my squeegee to help it tack down on these two edges here. That way there's no bubbles in the middle here. Now for this area right here, we're just going to make sure everything stays flat. Tack it down slowly. And it will hug around this area here, that way it has a little bit of coverage on this section here. Just make sure you don't leave any bubbles. That's very important. And now we will work on this side here. Same steps. This one will be just a little bit more easier since it's more flatter on this area here. So we just need to make sure we help it tack down slowly. And remember, no bubbles. Just help it tack down as you go. For this area here, since it does have a small bump, we're going to make sure we just lift it carefully, apply a little bit of heat. That way we help the film loosen up a little, and then slowly tack it down to the curved section here. we need to just be working at it slowly. That way it stays tacked down on this section. Now before we move on, we just need to make sure everything stays tacked down and sealed. But just make sure there's no bubbles. Remove if any, and we should be good. Okay, so now we're moving on to piece number 4 right here, which is this piece right here. Now with this one, you could use a little bit of slip solution. That way we're able to align the film to this section. With this one, just make sure you have it aligned on the edge right here. So this section should match right on the edge. And the film will overlap just a little bit with the top piece that we installed here, or the middle piece here. So keep that in mind. So it's aligned, should be good. Just spray tack solution underneath and on top of the film. Grab your squeegee and just help it tack down. Make sure to remove all the solution underneath the film and then work your way to this end. Work those fingers slowly, tack them down as you go. If you're having trouble with these fingers here, we'll tack them down or remove them with a little bit of heat and tack solution. Okay, and to remove the fingers, just apply tack solution underneath. Grab your heat device, use the lowest setting, and just start applying heat. And make sure this edge stays tacked down as well, and it doesn't lift. So applying heat will help. Okay, once you apply heat, you can use your microfiber towel just to help it tack down on the edges. Make sure you're not leaving any moisture or any solution on this section here, because if you do, over time there will be bubbles and the film will start lifting. So make sure everything is tacked down here. And to help it tack down, just a little bit of heat should be good. Okay, and now we move on to this piece. Same process as how we did it for piece number 4. Apply slip solution on the lens and the adhesive side of the film. And all we have to do is just align it to the edge right here. So align it to this edge. Just give yourself just a little bit of material, that way it kind of wraps around this section here. Okay, so you need material on this end. So like this. Okay, now lift the film carefully and start applying tack solution on top and underneath the film. Grab your squeegee and start tagging it down. And then before you move on, just make sure this stays sealed. So if you pass your finger and it's not sealed, make sure to apply heat until everything's tacked down and sealed. That way the film doesn't lift over time. Okay, so for the piece that covers this section here, piece number 6, it will look like this. With this one, we just need to make sure to align it from the top section here. Make sure everything's being covered. So have it aligned to the plastic trim here. And just follow through as you go. And you should reach up to the bottom. Make sure it's not touching the plastic trim, because if it is, it will lift over time. So just lift it carefully and align it where it's supposed to be, only on the lens. And then just fix this section here if needed. Slowly lift the film if you have any fingers or bubbles to help remove them. And just make sure before you seal the edges, there's no bubbles. If there's not, grab your heat gun and start sealing the edges. Okay, and now we'll move on to the last piece here. Okay, so for piece number 7 that covers this entire side section of the tail light, we are going to need slip solution, so apply it onto the lens and to the adhesive side of the film. And with this one, we need to make sure we align this curve of the tint and align it to this section here. So you have to match it just like this. and then the rest should follow through, reaching in here. Making sure you don't have material here, because if you do, it's just going to lift. So it has to be on the edge right here too as well, right on the edge. Okay, and now we're going to secure this section here first. So just lift the film carefully, apply tack solution underneath the film and on top. Make sure it stays aligned, everything's good. Grab your squeegee, hold it, and just tack it down slowly. That way we help remove all the solution underneath the film. And then from here, on the top section, you will notice that the film, there's a small finger here. We're just going to do a light stretch just to help it stretch and reach it to the edge right here. Since we need to stretch the film, just lift it carefully. Apply a little bit of slip solution. That way we're able to stretch it, keep it aligned up to the edge right here. And as you notice, you will no longer have any fingers here. So everything will be smooth now. So just hold it, apply tack solution on top, that way your squeegee is able to glide. And just tack it down as you go. Make sure you're removing all of the bubbles underneath the film. And now we need to make sure this entire section here is completely sealed, because if you notice, the film is lifting all over. So we need to make sure we seal it by applying tack solution and heat. So just spray tack solution on the edge, grab a heat gun, start from this area here, apply heat, grab your microfiber towel, and just start applying it slowly. And the microfiber towel will help just tack down the film to start sealing the edges. So do this all around, and then once we're done sealing the edges, we're done with the installation, and we'll move on to the last step, which is post-heating. So once we finish with the entire installation for the Taillight Tint, the last thing to do is to post-heat the entire tint. So to post-heat, just apply tack solution all over the film. And you can use a heat gun or a hairdryer and just apply heat all over the entire film. Use the lowest setting for this part. That way we don't accidentally burn the film. And just go to the entire tail light, applying heat. And as you're applying heat, we're going to use a microfiber towel just to help tack down the film in case it is still lifting. So take your time just applying heat, helping everything tack down and seal. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. So that concludes the installation video for the Taillight Tints for the Toyota Land Cruiser. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.